California says it's solving the housing crisis with accessory dwelling units. But the truth? The real solution may not come from politicians. It may come from Tesla. Because while lawmakers argue about lot sizes and local hookups, Elon Musk's engineers are quietly rewriting the entire housing code with steel, solar panels, and silence. This is how the housing revolution begins. California proudly declares victory, we've legalized ADUs. But behind the headlines, 1 in 3 applications still die on the desk, stalled, rejected, buried by hookup rules. Pipes. Wires. Bureaucracy. The invisible chains that keep homes dependent on old grids. And then, Tesla enters. The disruption. Tesla's tiny house isn't just a small building. It's a statement. A fully off-grid structure powered by a 2.5 kilowatt solar array and a 13.5 kilowatt-hours Powerwall. No hookups. No waiting on the city. No begging for permission to live free. It sidesteps the grid entirely, and in doing so, it challenges the foundation of every building code written in the past 100 years. The real battle ahead? Not about design, but about permission. Will regulators let technology move faster than the law? The question that changes everything. Across America, families are being crushed by rising rents and power bills. They're ready for freedom. But zoning boards aren't ready for them. How do zoning laws turn a dream into a dead end? How can you own your home, yet be banned from parking it on your own land? That's the American zoning nightmare of 2025. The state barriers. Let's start with California. Tiny homes there, if on wheels, are treated like recreational vehicles. That means they need ADU permits with minimum 400 square foot foundations. Result? 25% rejection rate. Florida? A minimum 150 square feet per occupant. Plus $2,000 to $5,000 in annual appeal costs. Paperwork alone can cost more than the house itself. And every form stamped denied feels like a message. You can't live your life your way. Tesla's $7,559 rebellion. Now imagine a home that costs just $7,559. A home that converts, parks, and powers itself. Tesla's tiny house does exactly that. But one question remains. How can it pass zoning in states that speak different legal languages? Texas welcomes recreational classifications. New York enforces strict minimums. Florida floods your dreams with red tape. So, how can one design outsmart 50 different rulebooks? Tesla answers with engineering. The law versus the machine. California's Assembly Bill 2221 promises to streamline ADU permits, banning minimum lot sizes under 800 square feet and forcing cities to approve utility connections within 60 days. Sounds progressive, right? But every county can still stall. Texas, on the other hand, passed Senate Bill 15, shrinking lot minimums to 3,000 square feet. Still, local codes decide whether homes on wheels qualify. Florida? No statewide rule. Each county invents its own obstacles. And New York? No ban on small homes, yet towns quietly require 600 square foot minimums that block urban builds completely. So even if you buy the home, you can't always place it. You can own freedom on paper and still be homeless by law. Tesla's counterattack. This is where Tesla flips the script. Tesla can create vertically integrated microcommunities. Tiny lots, pre-approved, pre-wired, and ready for instant deployment. Tesla leases the land, provides hookups, and sets universal community rules. Tesla bundles energy, insurance, and parking into one subscription. No friction. No town meetings. No chaos. Third, Tesla builds each unit with convertible chassis technology. Wheels off, anchors on, and suddenly it's a foundation home. Compliant in hours, not months. The result? A home that shapeshifts between classifications like software, adapting to any state code. The numbers they don't want you to see. Those detachable wheels cut setup time by 50%. Compliance costs? Down by half in Texas. Flood zone land in Florida? Now usable, 35% more viable spots. In New York, where 70% of applications need a variance, Tesla's hybrid setup slashes that cost from $4,000 to $1,600. For seniors on fixed income, that means $8,000 to $12,000 in total savings over 5 years. Fewer evictions. Fewer appeals. More lives stabilized. This isn't projection. It's already happening in pilot regions. The human impact. Picture a 67-year-old retiree in Florida. She's living off Social Security, terrified of eviction. Every letter from code enforcement feels like a threat. Now, Tesla steps in. Long-term leases negotiated directly with municipalities. Standardized pads certified across counties. She buys once and stays legally. No lawyers. No late-night worry. Just a roof that pays for itself. Imagine using your pension for groceries instead of legal battles. That's not fantasy. That's the power of design meeting policy. The thought experiment. If you could park your Tesla tiny house anywhere in America, no zoning, no fear. Where would you go? Texas sunsets? Florida beaches? Colorado mountains? This isn't just a question of preference. It's a glimpse of the post-grid future, a country where homes move, laws adapt, and power belongs to the individual again. The next challenge. But freedom has fine print. Even if you park it legally, what about insurance? Only 22% of tiny homes in America have standard homeowner-style policies. Premiums are double the national average. And 67% of seniors get rejected simply because their homes have wheels. Tesla's next frontier isn't electricity. It's trust. Can it convince insurers that mobility doesn't mean risk, it means resilience? That battle begins now. Because when law, power, and innovation collide, only one survives. They said insurance would kill the dream. Tesla said, watch us. Because here's the brutal truth no one talks about. You can own your Tesla tiny house. You can park it legally. But without insurance, you own nothing. One fire. One flood. One policy rejection, and you're back to zero. Right now, only 22% of tiny homes in America have anything close to a standard homeowner-style policy. Beat. And premiums? They average $1,800 a year, 2.3 times higher than a traditional house. For seniors, it's even harsher. 67% of applications are denied outright. Simply because the home moves on wheels. The system treats mobility like a liability. But Tesla sees it as liberation. So, how does Tesla plan to bypass this broken insurance maze? With 3 words: integration, data, and proof. Tesla already owns the data stack. energy consumption from Powerwall, location tracking through the chassis, and diagnostics from the onboard AI. Together, these create a digital record of stability. Not a guess, not a risk, but a measurable safety score. When your house proves it's safe, insurance can't argue anymore. And that's Tesla's masterstroke. Step 1. Tesla builds its own micro-insurance model. Similar to how Tesla Insurance already tracks driver behavior. Step 2. The system dynamically adjusts premiums based on actual data. Temperature variance, solar performance, battery charge health. The safer and more stable your system runs, the lower your monthly cost drops. It's not an agent's opinion. It's math. Step 3. Tesla expands the policy from vehicles to dwellings. The Powerwall becomes a proof device, logging uptime, energy flow, and environmental exposure. So if lightning hits your roof, the record shows it. If power surges occur, the system autofiles the report. Instant claim. Minimal paperwork. Zero third-party drama. The house protects itself. Think about what that means for retirees or families on fixed income. No more forms. No brokers. No mobile home penalty rates. Just an ecosystem that recognizes your home the same way it recognizes your car, as intelligent, measurable, insurable. That's not science fiction. That's 2025 data science turning into housing freedom. But Tesla's ambitions don't stop at insurance. They're building what insiders now call the Tesla Living Network. Imagine clusters of tiny homes, each connected through shared solar grids, digital maintenance channels, and unified energy credits. A living network where every home powers the next. If one Powerwall overproduces, the surplus flows through Tesla's energy exchange to support another home within seconds. No utility companies. No third-party meters. Just Tesla and the sun. Now picture this on a national scale. Texas solar fields feeding Arizona pads. California roofs storing for Oregon winters. Tiny houses forming microgrids of independence. This is not a housing trend. It's a quiet exodus from centralized control. And regulators know it. Federal housing codes were written for a century of concrete and copper. They were never meant to handle houses that generate their own power, or that can move between counties with a battery in the floor. So the real question is no longer, can we build them? It's, will the system allow them to exist? Tesla isn't waiting for permission. They're building first, forcing the codes to catch up later. City by city, Tesla is negotiating memorandums of understanding, MOUs, with municipalities to pre-approve pad designs, insurance models, and energy sharing systems. Once a few cities approve, others will follow. Because no mayor wants to be the one blocking affordable, self-powered housing. And when that domino falls, Tesla's housing network becomes unstoppable. For millions of Americans drowning in rent and power bills. This isn't just innovation, it's oxygen. A way to own something real again. To escape paperwork prisons. To live lightly, freely, sustainably. A home that listens, powers itself, protects itself. We're watching the birth of the first truly autonomous dwelling. Not smart homes controlled by apps, but self-governing homes powered by sunlight and logic. No cords. No meters. No fear. The moment the grid goes down, Tesla's houses stay lit. And when that happens on a national scale, You won't just own a home, you'll own a piece of independence. The insurance industry will have to rewrite itself. Zoning boards will have to tear up old maps. And the word homeowner will finally mean what it always should have, owner. Because in Tesla's world, freedom isn't granted by approval. It's powered by design.